evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. My name is Tahir. I'm a fellow of Realestate Institute of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage, and your host. Tonight we're going to talk about benefits of buying pre-construction and resale home. Buying. When you are buying a home, a pre-construction, that home is not been built. It's a conceptual, it's a design that you can pick from a builder. It's artificial or illustration, design, concept created by an artist or architect that you buy. There is a house that has not been built, construction has not started, and you can buy at a good price. And it's also a good investment provided that you have time, that you are not ready to move in. You're forecasting a future purchase or possession of the house. And pre-construction are more expensive than resale in terms of closing cost. And I give you example of that. And risk that you take with the new homes is that when a builder sells you the house, they based on the forecasting. They project a future value of the property and they price it accordingly. And at that time, if the market is rising, the value of the property, you will have a gain, equity gain, when you close the deal. If the market is not improved or it has not provided enough increased value that you need, you may be paying more than what you could be getting it in the marketplace in the resale. It happens. Few weeks back or few months back, I mentioned in one of our programs where a buyer reached out to me and they say, well, I am closing this house. I could not arrange the financing because appraised value came 100,000 below the APS price from the builder. And he took as assignment from the builder. Therefore, he let it go, and then later on he learned there are lots of people who are not able to arrange financing because value has declined because of what's happening in the marketplace and interest rates going up. So they let it go, but they have given $150,000, $200,000 deposit. What happened to that? Because the builder will take it, and some people will take you to the court and seek some sympathy. And this is the risk that you take because you need to understand the pros and cons. What are the benefits and what are the challenges you have? So, for example, if you want to buy a house, pre-construction offered by the builder, you are saying, I don't need it. I have $100,000, $200,000 in the bank. I'm not earning enough interest. I will take the longest closing I can get, whether it's a condo or townhome or detached home or semi-home. You pick a builder and you put that money, okay? Under New Home Act for the Ontario builders, you will be able to protect up to 10% of the value. I think his maximum value is about $100,000 for a detached home. Then you are able to give the money and you buy a house, you find the location. And you think, based on the economic condition, right now inflation is 4%. You think that maybe 2 years down the line, the inflation will come down, so is the interest rate. Therefore, you will choose a date, completion date, for 2 or 3 years from today. You are calculating your own risk. But once you sign an agreement with the builder, you are agreed to their terms and condition. Also, when you are buying it from the builder, you have a 10-year warranty, 7-year warranty. You are guaranteed the house will be built according to the building code is provide 10-year warranty. that runs 7 years. So you have a protection there. If the builder does not deliver on time that house, you may be compensated for that. There is a room in the schedule of the new home. It talks about tahirians and give you the notices, 60 days notice if they are changing the completion date. So this is very important that your risk is being protected, but then not the price. The price is committed already. Only thing is about the delivery or the schedule that they have included. Obviously, when you are buying a pre-sale home, pre-construction home, you are able to choose the exterior of the house, stucco versus stone versus brick, and or siding. You can pick that. Similarly, you'll be able to pick between 9-foot ceiling, 10-foot ceiling, 8-foot ceiling, based on the design that you already have provided by the builder. You also have the ability during construction, go and select your hardwood floor colors or cabinet or hardwood flooring, like bathroom fixtures or blah, 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 whatever that you want. Some people will ask for customer your phone systems, your cabling for your network or internet, many other features. You can customize those things because you are buying some house that is not finished. Similarly, kitchen cabinets or granite counter versus quartz. You are able to choose that because the builder is going to give you the basic one, which is guaranteed under their feature list. But then you are adding more things and they are added to it. So this is why this flexibility is available to you. The other thing you got to remember is the closing costs. There are development fees. There are, you're paving your driveway, grass, sodding, and sidewalks. Sometimes they have in front of your house. You need to find that out whether it's coming or not. So there are many, many elements that you choose, that you have the choice from pre-construction home from the builder, because what they do is they give you a standard clauses, standard fixture, standard whatever the standard they use for the building. And everything else is addition as an upgrade, and you have to pay upfront for those. Okay. And one thing, most important thing that you have to talk about when you're buying a pre-construction is number one, your ability to sell the house if you cannot afford it. That's called assignment sale. Some builder will allow it, some builder will don't allow it, or some will allow it with a fee, administrative fee that you have to pay. And the assignment clause will allow you to transfer your deal to someone else acceptable to the builder. This is very, very important to pay attention to that. That clause sometimes it prohibits it. And if you run into trouble and you can complete that transaction, you'll be in trouble. So it's very important to make sure it gets reviewed by your lawyer to help you to make sure you understand what you're signing. Assignment clause is very important. And also you look at the payment breakdown, how much they can pay and how much you're paying, to make sure you are not overpaying the builder and your deposit is protected under the government new home policy regulation. Therefore, it's very important to know how much you are paying, because make sure that you're not overpaying the money to buy the home. So you have a customization. You can pick and choose the type of house that you want, flooring, interior, exterior of finishes. You can also negotiate the completion date. And then you also have all the upgrades that you want to make to customize it to your choice. These options are available, and also a set date, and you prefer to have a certain time frame. Make sure you enter them into your agreement of purchase and sale and get this reviewed, especially the development charges, because there are reimbursable expenses. For example, if the developer charges when they purchase the house was, let's say, $20,000 or $25,000 per unit, By the time you close 3-4 years, the development fees has gone now to 50,000. Unless you cap them in the agreement of purchase and sale, you will be paying that additional money. So this is why it's very, very important to go to the lawyer and make sure when you're negotiating this agreement of purchase and sale, before you sign it, though a cost needs to be capped. Development fees, school fees, community, expenses. Because when you are building a new condominium or a subdivision, you are not spending any money on the community services, park, and other community centers, other facility. So the government, its local government or municipality has already spent that money in their area. Therefore, you as a owner, on your behalf, the builder will be paying to the city. Therefore, they will be collecting from you. And that money will be added on the top of your purchase price. Please remember that. Number two, most important, assignment. When you are allowed to sell assignment, all the deposit. So when you are buying an assignment of sale, where lots of people got into trouble during this period, you have to make sure that deposit that you have paid is reimbursed through your new transaction that you are selling it. When you are reassigning an agreement, that agreement stands itself complete once money exchange hands and the builder has allowed the amendment. The first agreement you have to sign between the existing owner, which is you, and then the new buyer. And that agreement is finalized subject to approval of the builder. So the builder will go through the agreement and they might charge you 5,000-10,000. So whoever owned that agreement, purchasing before, or seller, will have to pay that fee. And obviously, the new buyer might have to pay for that. So when you are making sure that all the deposit, all the customization, those are additional money you paid, you include them in agreement of assignment. So it's very, very clear what was the original value, what is the new value that he is selling, and the difference between the two covers the deposit that was already paid. So that deposit is, because builder is not going to return the deposit, that deposit is credited to the new buyer who take the assignment. Therefore, you have to pay that money to the buyer. So it's to the existing seller. So therefore, it's very, very important to understand that you have to have a provision that allows you to do the assignment. And these are the benefit of having a pre-construction that you can assign. And some builder will not allow it, because if they're building condominium and buildings are only 50% sold and they still have a 50% inventory, they will not let you assign the condominium because they're already selling it directly. So, and because what happened in last, this year, December last year, until now, almost 11 months, prices has come down. And even though we still have a shortage of housing, but the condominium is really increasing because affordability is a big issue. But benefit is that you are able to customize your house, interior and exterior. You can choose a completion date, negotiate with the builder, and you can close on your convenient time, 2 years, 3 years down the line, depending on the project deadlines that you negotiate. And you have a choice to custom made your counter, the kitchen cabinets or floor or tiles, bathroom fixture, blah, 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 customize it, high ceiling, low ceiling. And these are the options available to you when you are buying a pre-construction. Obviously, the risks are there. And obviously, at the end of the day, you have to look at, when you are buying closing a deal, you have to look at that. What is the market value of that house today, and how you predict that? And experienced real estate professional, these days, all builders are giving compensation to the realtors. So I request to you, talk to your real estate professional. I'm a fellow real estate of Canada. If you want to buy a pre-construction home, condo, semi or detached home, give me a call. We get queries from builders all the time around, in GTA and around the city. And we are able to help our friends and clients and customer to help them negotiate a better deal, and also have understanding of the agreement of purchase and sale before buying and selling. We not only look at the price what we are paying today, we also forecast for future value, look at the statistical data, and we talk about detail and see what are the pros and cons of buying and selling this home. So we always request that, yes, there is no business without risk, but you need to minimize the risk by doing your due diligence and speaking to a real estate professional. If you ever need help, you can call my office 905-785-9923 or call me direct on my cell number 416-451-3489. I'd be more than happy to tell you whether you should be buying a pre-construction or a resale home. So we're going to take a short break and we talk about a resale home and what is the difference between the two. Thank you.
मशरक़ी तहज़ीब की खूबसूरत दास्तान, बरसों से चली आ रही रिवायतों का पासबान, खुशबू और जायके का वही कदरदान, करते हैं हर खाने में अपने लज़्ज़त का एहतमाम। हर पकवान है बेमिसाल, हर खुशबू है लाजवाब। कढ़ाई पॉइंट, जायका ऐसा कि दिल जीत ले। आज ही हमारे कढ़ाई पॉइंट तशरीफ लाएं और अपनी खुशियों को हमारे संग मनाएं। कढ़ाई पॉइंट, मेड विद क्वालिटी and flavored with passion.
Popeyes has opened a brand new location in downtown Vancouver. Satisfy your craving for Cajun at this new location off West Georgia and Hamilton Street, where you'll find all your favorite Louisiana-inspired menu items. We sampled the unrivaled trio of sandwiches, the classic, the deluxe, and the blackened deluxe chicken sandwich, and all were delicious. All of the signature fried chicken is marinated for 12 hours, then hand-battered and breaded, served with Cajun fries and mac and cheese on the side. Plus, for a limited time, you can try Popeye's Crispy Chicken Wrap, available now until September 3rd. Check out the new Popeye's location at 700 Hamilton Street today. Who are you bringing with you? Tag them in the comments.
This is the latest opening in BC for Popeyes, with more openings coming soon in both Alberta and BC by PLK Group.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
आदाब, नमस्ते और सत श्री अकाल। जब भी बात होती है कार एक्सीडेंट की तो हम तलाश करते हैं एक लॉयर को, और हमारे पास मौजूद हैं चैंपियन। जी हाँ, डेविड हिमोफार।
Yes, thank you. I'm David Himmelfarb. I have over 30 years experience in personal injury matters. We have a downtown Toronto location with over 22 lawyers to service you. And we speak your language, Urdu, Punjabi, and Hindi. We have a great community liaison, Anjum Qureshi.
आप हमें कॉल कर सकते हैं 416-570-0157।
HK Movers, home, offices, apartments and delivery, big or small, we move it all.
HK Movers.
Local and long distance, we also ship cars, Keller transport and moving services.
For service with a smile, give us a call.
Call Mr. Harminder 416-524-6704.
416-524-6704 पे.
Visit 140 Advance Boulevard, Unit number 10, Brampton.
Long distance moving specialist.
HK Movers. HK Movers.
मैं नासिर शाह, आपका मॉर्गेज ब्रोकर। अगर आपको मॉर्गेज चाहिए, किसी तरह की, होटल लेना है, मोटल लेना है, गैस स्टेशन लेना है, या किसी प्लाजे में कोई यूनिट बाई करना है, तो उसके लिए आप हमें कॉल करें। हम दो चीजों की गारंटी करते हैं, आपको बेस्ट टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन और बेस्ट रेट दिलाएंगे। आप कॉल करें 647-741-9000, 647-741-9000।
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस पिछले 16 सालों से खरीदारों की खिदमत कर रहे हैं। हम लगातार 4 सालों से खरीदारों की पहली पसंद बने रहने का अवार्ड हासिल कर चुके हैं। हम किचनर्स, बॉश, वर्लपूल, एलजी, सैमसंग और जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ लें। हम आप सभी को टीवी सबसे ज्यादा रियायती दामों पर देने की गारंटी देते हैं। www.dixieelectronics.ca हमारी वेबसाइट पर जाएं या अभी कॉल करें 9056255900। सभी बहुत ही मुनासिब कीमत पर दस्तयाब हैं जो आप आसानी से ले सकते हैं। At Dixie, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Realestate of Canada and broker record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. Today we are talking about benefits of buying pre-construction and resale homes. The new construction has some good resale value because once you have purchased a home and you're closing few years back in the future, and as based on historic data, we have seen it, the market value of the property have increased. Every 10 years has doubled. Cost of construction has gone up because of pandemic. So therefore, if you are able to buy a new home, new construction home, you will get a good deal. However, those buying a resale home might be able to negotiate a better price with the help of real estate professional. Reason is real estate is you have immediate need to take possession. Your kids are going to school. You got a new job. You are moving close to your new job. Or you don't have that surplus money to fix. You can't wait. You need to have a shelter. You are paying too much rent and you want to get into home ownership so quickly. And new home doesn't exist. Resale home is typically requires a lower down payment because if you are buying from the builder, some charge you 10% or 20%, depending on this. So if you're buying $1 million house, 20% is $200,000, 15%, $150,000. And with resale home, depending on the value, if you're a first-time home buyer, you can go with 5%. You have a high-risk insurance covered CMHC, 5%, 10%. There is a equity partnership with CMHC for 5% first-time home buyers. You can add another 5% from them, become an equity partner. And you can close it. You can use RRSP and many options that you have. And you have a monthly mortgage would be lower unless you borrowed money to put under new construction and you're paying interest unless you have a saving. So there are, pros and cons, and you have to look at them each scenario. And buying a house is less expensive than the new construction because there could be reason. The new construction will cost more. You have to wait for a longer period of time. Per square foot cost will be higher because cost of construction. You're buying today and you're closing 3 years down the line. Do you think the builder will give you the price of today for tomorrow? No, they will build in the price because that's the future value. And you can always buy a resale home which is close to the school that you want, amenities, hospital, community center, accessible transportation, logistic, health, and many benefits you have, and you can go there and you can walk. If instead of having 2 cars, you can have 1 car and you can walk to the grocery store. And this is the benefit of buying a resale. And obviously, there are drawbacks, home resale, because all the warranty has expired. Italian warranty only cover up to 7 years. So warranty is expired, so it become necessary to check up your home inspection, thorough home inspection done by a qualified professional. I recommend inspector who must be a licensed engineer pay a little bit more money. If you're spending $1 million for a house, it's worth to spend $1,200, $1,500 and hire an engineer who understands structures of the building and other problems, moistures, issues, hidden challenges. If you hire a qualified engineer, and I can tell you there's a trick there. If you see somewhere a naked eye in the kitchen or somewhere, the floor has elevation. You can have a ball and you can just throw it and you can see it rolls back. It will not stay there because it's going to go toward the slope. And this is a good inspector who will follow this, and he will recognize there is a shift in the foundation or footing wall, and they will identify it. There is some problem, potential problem. So you need to hire a structural engineer to make sure there is no shifting of footing or foundation wall because the settling of the floor sometime. So this needs to be checked. So and then obviously new house versus older home will require maintenance. You may have to change your roof. You may have to change your appliances. And these are pros and cons. The new one, some builder give you some discount, or some will give you some appliances. Normally the builder don't provide appliances, you have to buy a new one, whereas you may have an old furnace or old appliances in a house. It all depends when the seller has done upgrade before they sell the house. So warranty will be out, and there is you always have to look at them. Sometimes there's a competition, multiple offers, you may end up paying a little bit over because you want a location, but that is not benefiting you because you end up paying a little bit more money. So building your equity, it takes a little bit longer to recover that extra money. But there are benefit of construction because you have a new and you have a customization, like I mentioned about that. And when you have a newer home, you have a less maintenance as compared to an older home will require maintenance. Sometimes you change the floor, sometimes windows are leaking, or some appliances not working, or furnace is running out, it's not functioning efficiently. You might have to change, air conditioner quit on you, or dishwasher is not working, or stove have a problem. So you have to update and upgrade. This is a cost. And obviously the newer home has a more energy efficient equipment, heat recovery unit, versus older home doesn't have that. So these are the benefit. And new homes are more expensive because they are using new technology, and also you have to wait for it, and you are paying for everything up front. Okay. And timeline, biggest problem with the pre-construction is timeline predictability. We can't predict is going to get it to you at the time that you want the house, whereas resale, you have set a particular date and time. You put them your own conditions in agreement of purchase and sale, subject to finance approval, subject to inspection, environmental issues, or any structure inspection if there is a doubt about settlement in the floor or anywhere, or any you can detect some moisture in the basement. So you have a inspector who will do that testing. They have UV cameras. They can check that there's a moisture built in. There could be some leakage in the back. So you have a pros and cons for these things. Carefully you have to choose between whether you want to buy a new construction or you want a resale home. And these are the things that you have to think about all the time. But because construction closing costs, especially if you're not in Toronto, cost will be approximately 2% of the purchase value. Whereas if you are buying a new home, closing costs will be over 3.5 to 4% of the closing costs because of these additional expenses you have to do. And especially in pre-construction, if you are buying investment property, you have to pay HST on top of that because the builder wants to claim rebate from CRA. And if you are buying investment property, you should not be paying, signing that form. You will be asking builder that you want to pay HST because you plan to rent that property, and then you can claim input tax credit from CRA. So you need to consult with a lawyer, you have to consult with an accountant who's expert in dealing with pre-construction homes. So make sure that you are not making mistakes and you're paying it. Because if you sign an affidavit that this is your principal residence and actually it's not, then it's a false statement. CRA will come after you to rebate, to claim rebate, and you may get some penalty from CRA. So it's very, very important to disclose that this is a principal residence or it's an investment property. And then chartered accountant will help you to file your input tax credit with CRA to rebate if you rented the property. And obviously, when you rent a property and it's an investment property, it's treated as an inventory and you become a builder. When you're reselling it, you have to show what the capital gains are and report them in your income, in your tax T1 return. Depends on is in personal name or is it in a corporation. So you need to consult with with your accountant. As you know, I just remind you that effective 1st December, TRESA, Trust in Real Estate Service Act, will become effective. You will have a lot of changes coming to you. And I did a broadcast a couple of days ago about consumer beware and new changes in real estate. Please watch that video. It will educate you about the changes that is being highlighted in the program. Particularly, customer service has been eliminated. You may also choose a designated representation. The seller may have to give consent if they want to disclose the offer prices, not private information, and also the many changes, penalties being increased, and more power to the discipline committee and guidelines. And this is very, very important also to go to regulator. The best location to acquire knowledge and experience in consumer protection program, go to RECO, reco.on.ca, and read about the bullets information available to at reco.on.ca website, because their regulator, their mandate from the Ontario government is to protect consumer and have a very professional, ethical practices in real estate, and they are monitoring it. They do registration, education, registration, compliance, and consumer protection program. So go to reco.on.ca and learn yourself before making a buying and selling decision. If you have any question, feel free to call me directly, 416-451-3489. I'll be happy to do that. Please go to my website, realtycoffeetalk.com, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Goodbye for now. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Bye for now.